In next week's episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Sutton has a shocking claim that an attorney involved in all of this Girardi mess reached out to her. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your #1 source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So it looks like in the preview for next week's episode, it's all about Sutton again. Another week, and they're about to film the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. This is another episode that is centralized around Sutton. So Sutton reveals in this scene, they're still at Doris. If you were there, then you understand why I'm using that. At Dorit's home for this charity event. So it escalates from being about Lisa Rinna to Sutton addressing Erika Jayne, calling her a liability. And there's more conversation about Garcelle being Sutton's bodyguard. I don't know where that narrative has come from, just because Garcelle has been chiming in. If she didn't, it would be, first of all, a lot of you came down on Garcelle for not chiming in more for Sutton last season. So Garcelle's probably like, I can't win here. I let her say her piece. I don't chime in. You guys criticize me. I try to have my friends back. You guys still criticize me. You're never going to win, Garcelle. These fans are never happy. But I like the genuine friendship between Garcelle and Sutton. And I'm not just talking about what we see on the show. These ladies genuinely formed a friendship. The most unlikely friendship that we never expected. Never expected, but truly enjoy watching on the show. Unlike the Fox Force flunkies. I said it, and I'm going to say it again. Fox Force flunkies. So in this scene, this preview that Queens of Bravo dropped yesterday, Sutton reveals that some Chicago lawyers reached out to her because of the things that she said on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
I think of myself as a good friend, but there's something that has happened to me that I haven't talked to y'all about, and it's something about friends with liabilities. I did get called by an attorney about Tom and Erika's one of the lawsuits that you're involved with.
For what?
What?
What'd you get called for? Witness? To what?
Because the attorney thought that I had information. I received a letter from an attorney who is involved in a lawsuit with the Girardis. They want information from me that I don't even have. So, whatever. I'm not getting subpoenaed. I'm not going to Chicago. I mean, Chicago's a nice town and all.
Was that like a subpoena, a deposition?
It wasn't a subpoena yet, because I hired a litigator to answer questions. Attorneys are not cheap. And you know who knows that? The Girardis.
I know what they're gonna ask you.
Sutton, you said that one of Tom's former partners left the firm because of shady business practices.
That was a rumor that I had heard.
Yeah.
You said that.
Yeah.
You're like, that's a rumor. They're
Sutton.
gonna ask you, what was that?
What I've learned is Erika has a lot of lawsuits in front of her.
Yes.
My point is more. You were a liability to all of us last year. I don't want my name in an article that's associated with this.
So you're not worried about the legalities, you're worried about your reputation.
I'm worried about both.
Oh.
That's why you are a liability and not me.
It's not my fault.
You've
I told
proven
you
that.
to be quiet.
No, I didn't.
I told you to be quiet.
No, you didn't.
Would you like to get sued?
No.
If you want to talk about someone and you think that that person isn't going to come after you, think again.
I mean, she did tell her to be quiet, but let's talk about it. And we've talked about this during our Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recaps, is that Erika calling Sutton, of all people, a liability. I'm like, do you know the definition of the word? Because if you did, then you would realize you are more of a liability to everyone around you. And we've beat this like we beat this to the ground at this point. But I think all of us, at least I did, entered last season trying to have an open mind, not judging Erika, because we were like, you know, maybe she really had no idea. But the more that we saw this play out last season on the show, we all were like, did she have an idea? Did she have more involvement? That has yet to be proven. However, we do know that her lifestyle, her LLC, that she said she had nothing to do with, but it was in her name, all benefited from victims' money. Tom Girardi is definitely not innocent here, and the focus should be on him. However, the bankruptcy that's looking to find the money says that her LLC received over $25 million of victims' money. The earrings were bought, those $1 million earrings were bought with victims' money. And everything that we've seen play out from last season, we're all like, why are you so angry? Why are you reacting this way? Why are you not showing some sort of empathy for the victims? And then this season, we get from Erika Jayne, oh, I can't show empathy. That would, be bad for me legally. Yet you can accuse some people of, some victims of lying to get money. You gotta choose. You gotta choose one. I don't see any problem legally of you saying, I don't know what happened there. I feel bad if that's what happened. We had to pull it out of her before she finally said anything, because it was already proven. It was already proven. She already knew about all of these legal situations. It was already proven, at least with the Joey Ruigomez family, that Tom had stolen money. A judgment was set against Tom in regards to that, his former client and other clients. So we already know Tom Girardi is guilty in that respect, and probably guilty in many other respects. But what people are shocked by was her response to it, but also her fighting in court to keep things that were literally bought with victims' money. Okay, all the other stuff that's in her closet, debatable. But the diamond earrings were literally bought with victims' money. Literally. Yet she is fighting in court to keep them. I'm not surprised that Sutton was reached out. Yes, because you know what? Sutton, she lied on that sword in order, first of all, to give relevancy to this storyline last season. Because like I said to you before, the Fox Force flunkies would have just sugarcoated. They would have asked her a couple of questions and you would have been like, what is going on this season? Because you knew offline, all of these content creators, lawyers have been reviewing and reporting on this case. And you're like, there's a lot of smoke here. Why are they not addressing that on the show? And some of you have been saying that about this current season. Why are they not addressing all the legal stuff that are happening around Erika right now? They've decided to focus on other things. Some of you alluded that you think this was in her contract. No, Bravo wants all the dirt. But these ladies have decided to back off. Sutton's like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. This woman's threatening me. She said something to me in my ear that I have till this day have not repeated. Lawyers are calling me. I believe that was Jay Edelson from Chicago that reached out to. They were the ones who sort of cracked the case with this whole situation, and the floodgates have opened because of them. I believe that's the lawyers that reached out to her because they're in Chicago. And look, she lied on that sword. Sutton lied on that sword in order to create a good season, but she also put herself out there for them to be like, okay, tell us a little bit more about that attorney that thought things were questionable. Let's keep in mind, that wasn't the only rumor that was going around. Rumors have been surrounding Tom Girardi for decades. But they allowed him to get away with it for years, including the California bar, allegedly. I'll say allegedly. I mean, at this point, we don't have to say allegedly because literally there were multiple complaints that were sent to the California bar for years. Multiple complaints. Jay Ellison is also putting it out there in regards to they need to do better in regards to this. They have some liability. Creditors, banks were still giving millions of dollars to Tom Girardi. Let that be one of us. The bank will be like, no, we're not. I was just at the bank. I was like, where's my money? A whole other situation. You know, sometimes when you transfer stuff and they're like, oh, it's going to take 48 hours, blah, 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 blah. Where's my money? Because if it was the reverse, they would be calling you off the hook. They would be, we're going to garnish your wages. All the things. However, certain folks in our society get away with this, and get away with stealing from victims. Victims that were awarded millions of dollars. This man was saying, I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to invest it for you. Da, 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 da. Spending all of his money supporting Erika Jayne's career and lifestyle. And people are still wondering, how is she still able to afford this lifestyle? It can't just be from a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills paycheck. Things that make you go, I've told you guys, pay attention to some of the things that she says about relationships and about, other people's relationships. She's all about the money. She's all about the money. So do I believe that Erika Jayne has some responsibility here? Well, let that be proven in court. Let that be proven in court. The earrings are just one sign of that. But the real liability here is not Sutton Stracke. It has always been Erika Jayne. And the Foxworth flunkies, they're going to lie on that sword, and that might blow up in their face. It already is, in some cases. Guys, I want to know your reaction to what Sutton says in this particular situation. I know a lot of you don't believe that Sutton's a liability. Even if we weren't dealing with this whole situation, the word liability, Sutton's a liability for Garcelle. I don't get that. I don't get it. And I've seen all of your explanations for it. But I don't believe that riding for your friend, then that whole situation can be all of us. Our friends could be liabilities for all of us. Okay. But Erika Jayne from the start of the season said that she was coming after Sutton and she wanted to turn the entire group against Sutton. And that's why she's trying to bring Garcelle into the fold. She's trying to bring her into the Foxworth flunky. But Garcelle's like, I'm not a follower. I'm not going to do that. I don't know what plot and plan that you guys did before the season, but I'm not falling in line. And good for you, Garcelle, and good for you, Sutton. Guys, let's continue this conversation below. I want to know your reaction to this news that a lawyer reached out to Sutton and Sutton had to hire her own lawyer to respond. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Happy Friday, and thanks for watching.